It's broken box office records for a UK premiere. It's been requested for viewing by President Obama, and it might even go some way to changing the world. Many film producers can only dream of such accolades, but for Dunedin's Lizzie Gillett, it's real life. And she's managed it with a topic that leaves, well, some people cold. The Age of Stupid is a drama documentary on the catastrophic effects of the world getting too hot. So how do you make climate change sexy? And how did a small-time Kiwi producer make it so big? Jill Higgins spoke to Team Stupid.
It's funny because when you're making it, you kind of have these total delusions of grandeur. But you also, a little part of you is very scared that it's not going to be any good and that no one's ever going to watch it.
She needn't have worried. At the UK premiere, they came in their droves. Lizzie and director Franny Armstrong lapping it up. Film stars, politicians and lots of people.
We set up this premiere that in the end was the Guinness World Record for the biggest premiere in history in Leicester Square, and then linked by satellite to 62 cinemas all around the country.
Now Liz is home. After 5 years of adventure, she's back to where it all began. Her first job was on local TV in Dunedin.
There's a lot of the same skills involved, you know, finding a story, which in Dunedin, you know, it was sometimes quite difficult. The kind of doing everything, do it yourself. If you can't buy it, then borrow it, blag it, steal it. All of those skills have been really, really helpful.
So from local TV to film that's being shown internationally, how did that happen?
I went to London thinking that I would get some absolutely brilliant job at the BBC, and I applied for 300 jobs in 1 year. And then I saw Franny speak.
She stalked me on the internet, actually.
She felt that documentaries can change the world, and I agree with that.
And then she started emailing me all the time.
It's quite embarrassing because she's got the original email, and it's like, "Dear Mrs. Armstrong."
So who was this Franny Armstrong? Well, she made her name with McLibel, a film about two ordinary people, claims McDonald's is bad, and a fight in court for the right to say so.
I just thought that's the greatest story I've ever heard.
So how many people saw that in the end?
We're on 22 million now worldwide.
OK, you can see the appeal.
To be honest, I get quite a lot of people wanting to volunteer, but Lizzie was very persistent, and she rose up the ranks. In about 3 years, she went from, you know, posting out the tapes to producing an international documentary.
They began to live and breathe stupid.
Managing a crew of 105 people in 6 countries over 2 years and producing animation, which, how do you do that? I don't know. I still don't really know.
She did the legal stuff. Obviously, we don't have a lawyer. She did all the accounting.
Managing a drama shoot. I was booking people for jobs. I didn't know what their job was. I was like, I need a gaffer. Are you a gaffer? OK, you're booked. I was like, I don't know what a gaffer does, but I know I need one.
Between the two of us, we did, you know, the whole lot.
Helped considerably by a man called Pete, a Hollywood star.
Clearly a total coup getting him.
With the planet on his mind.
Why didn't we save ourselves when we had the chance?
I literally Googled him. I literally put Pete Postlethwaite and climate change into Google, just on the off chance. And the first article that came up was his local paper, the Shropshire Star, saying that he was trying to get permission for a wind turbine on his land. And I just thought, he might just say yes.
We could have saved ourselves.
And so Pete Postlethwaite played the archivist living in 2055, looking back at where we went wrong.
Search visible impacts of climate change.
For a lot of people, it is a turn-off. How do you kind of make it sexy?
You don't talk about climate change. You want to get people into the cinema to see the film. And, you know, that's why we like our title, The Age of Stupid. Maybe people think it's a sci-fi, and then they go along.
But maybe it's done so well because it's based on real people, like the old French guide who's seeing his beloved glaciers disappear.
Le ciel recule toujours.
And the wind farm guy up against locals who can't bear to lose their view.
I feel really, really off with it.
Of all the people that you did stories about in the film, which was the one that kind of touched you the most?
I'd say that would have to be Laefa, the Nigerian girl.
Lisa El Sensa.
I'd never really seen, I don't know, that level of suffering that I saw in the Niger Delta, and especially seemed quite pointless because the things that we use the oil for are just like pointless consumerism.
It's filmmaking, but it's point-making too, backed up in the movie by real-life news.
Now it's official, the past year has been the driest in Melbourne's history.
The desert is advancing at the phenomenal rate of 3 miles every year.
They want people to realise it's not apocalyptic nonsense, it's here and it's time to make a stand.
This is for our UK cinema release, and we had these stupid and not stupid stickers. People did stick them on 4x4s and low-cost flight ads and police vans, weirdly.
And here's the really serious bit. They want to tell any government, like ours, that cutting carbon emissions by 20% is, well, stupid.
We would have no chance, or very, very little chance, of not hitting the 2 degrees, which triggers runaway climate change and basically makes the whole planet uninhabitable.
Not the cheeriest news, but they felt someone had to say it, and they're glad it was them.
I always wanted to do something to make things better in some way, and to have such an incredible experience while doing what my aim is. It's a dream come true, really.
A gaffer, by the way, is the electrician who lights and powers a movie set. And a gaffer's number 2 is the best boy.